Hello and welcome to this video. I'm going to make another video here on, is that right? Yeah, on one of those tournaments, Hourly Blitz. I thought that was an enjoyable experience the last two times. It was not easy to win the tournaments, to win almost all the games. So let's join and see what happens. Okay, anything else I need to say? Yeah, there's still a sale going on, of course, on Chessable. If you want my courses, make sure to check them out. The
10,
lifetime, oops.
9, 8.
That was loud.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, so the lifetime C4 Knight F3 is still on sale for 1 day. So if you want to get basically my current repertoire with white, that what I'm also playing here, you should check it out. Okay, now we have what on earth? I have Berserk, right? I have to keep that in mind. Is the video looking okay? Yeah, I think it's okay. Not yet in this playing mode, let's say. Sluggish. White is just trading everything, right? It's like in the London system style of old, where you just play the simplest way possible. And that is what my opponent is doing here. Now, okay, let's try something on the queen side. Try to provoke something, a4 maybe. I mean, b5, b4 is the typical minority attack, but with the queen on b6, this is difficult to achieve. This is an interesting move, actually. Going for possible counterplay there with f5 maybe. Interesting. So this is not really all that boring, what he's trying here. But, I mean, I'm happy with this. So things are happening. And he's not just like moving around. So g4 f5 is the general plan. Let's see if he's really willing to do that. It's a bit weakening also for white. Okay, so this is nice. I have this though. Which is stopped. Okay. Okay, let's make g4. Okay, he just wants to block everything. That's really difficult to make any headway. I'm threatening rook takes b4 now, but it's not very subtle. Pawn takes rook c2. Okay. This is not an easy win, yeah, because the two rooks are notoriously difficult to win against if they coordinate. Oh, yeah, it's tricky now. I'm still surprised that he just resigned. Okay. He was in deep trouble there, but still a surprise. Okay, anyway, let's continue. Bogol Yubazavic. Okay, no, I do this. Yeah, that's my standard repertoire. I usually play just my normal openings in those fast time controls. I'm not playing any let's say trick openings or something like that. I think it sometimes would be helpful to do that, to win quicker. I often win quite reliably with my standard repertoire, but it just takes a long time. A typical example is like somebody playing the stone wall or so, and then you're sitting there and you take ages to grind that down. No, but this is not happening in this game. Here, black is just in deep trouble. He's got no move really. Knight d7 I can simply take here. Or knight c6. Yeah, this is a way to avoid this, but it's still awful. This is a very annoying move. I'm attacking the rook. And he cannot take it, as knight c6 is a huge fork. Yeah, that's over. Okay. Bishop a3 now is also on the agenda. Yeah, it will be very costly. So now, what is best here? I can also check here first. Yeah, but okay, let's take. Maybe it was indeed better to check first, so that knight c5 had to be played. Now we can play the pawn to c5. That's not going to fundamentally change the assessment of the position, but still, it probably was a bit more precise. Let's think about it for a moment. What is best here? He has this bishop d3 stuff. That's really a little bit annoying. Yeah, I wonder if just c4 should be played. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Just a quick decision here. Returning the exchange and simply saying, okay, you know, your king is completely out in the open, and that's enough of an advantage. It's tough to say, given the time situation. Maybe a good pragmatic solution, maybe not. we don't know. So now the bishop returns, or not returns, it was never there, but it goes to the long diagonal where it is probably just best. Yeah, and this is costly. So it was a good decision. It turned out to be working just fine. Yeah, e7 wins more stuff. Let's do it. Yeah. All right, so I'm leading with 6 points. In both tournaments, the ones that I posted yesterday and on Sunday, I lost the game, I think. I didn't win all of them. Yeah, that's important. Not play c4 because of d4. Not that this is bad for white, but it's just not necessary at all. This is now transposing into a type of Chigorin that is a little bit better for white. Well, let's flick in h3 here. That should be useful. Knight f, bishop f5 is a bit surprising. I thought he would maintain the pin with bishop h5. Now I'm threatening e4, e5, winning a piece, and this is showing one drawback of the bishop on f5. That's really awful. Now if he takes on f5, he's not even able to castle quickly. Yeah, the thing is, I'm attacking this, but if I take it after castles, he takes my bishop. So I'm going to retreat the bishop so that now castling I can simply take it. Yeah, there were other good options, but this was fine. Okay, rook d1. Can I do this one? Knight c3, I take the queen, yeah. Queen e6, I have rook d8. Winning the queen. And queen f6, I just take e4. And that's complete devastation, yeah. Yeah, so you can win quickly with knight f3 and e3 on move 2. This line is just, it's very deceptively quiet. It's not really that quiet. You can often win nice games and quick games, actually. Now, how do we do that? Rook e5, f6. Simply taking is strong. Threat. Pretty awkward, huh? Probably the f pawn, but it's not very healthy. He had covered e8, but it's just not possible to withstand for long. All right, so 11 points. If you have a streak with the berserk going, the 5 points are just amazing every single time. Come on. What was going on there? 1500, okay. Yeah, I'm still sticking with my repertoire. I mean, if you're interested in this, again, it's currently on sale, but only for 1 day. One day left in that sale for the course start. Yeah, black normally takes here. And knight c6, that's the traditional main line of this. Oh, okay. That looks very weakening. Like those two squares. Yeah, that's a strategically very dubious move. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I was hesitating for a moment, but how to do that? Yeah, maybe I want to stop knight to e8. Yeah, now knight d5 will probably win the queen or win material. I wonder. Yeah, probably is. The thing is, the position is just so overwhelming that you have to consider if you want to win material or not, simply. Or if you just want to keep all the advantages. Yeah, that was not really playable, that e5 move. A bit surprised that I got paired down so low. Okay. Oh, that's the second place. Do we get a Dirty Harry? No, we don't. But I can play this one. This is not a line that I recommend at all. It's just pure trolling, but it's fun. I mean, it's fun. In Blitz chess, why not? And I'm already getting somewhere here with this insanity. Not that I'm better or so, but this is already more than you usually can hope for. Yeah, he has to be careful. Okay, now I can take here and take here for an ending, but I'm a pawn down then. I can do this though. And now, yeah, I don't want to trade. I want to keep the queens on. Now, how do we do that? A knight to e5 would be amazing to jump here. And he currently cannot easily attack this again. So I can go there quite directly, right? This one. Ouch. Yeah, this is why h5 is a fun line, right? Okay, it was a bit lucky that this worked out so well, but you don't get that when you play super solid lines. Okay. Yeah, h5 is not a good move. I mean, but it's still something that I like to do once in a while in a Blitz game. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to do it. That is it's a super strategic way to play this. White is slightly better here. It's really not an easy equality or anything for black. Interesting. I don't think I want to take actually on c6. The reason why this is okay, it's got knight e7. I didn't see that. The reason why this could be still a little bit better for white is that he's got the weakness on d5 and I don't have anything like that. I have this safely covered. Now I'm on this quite often. I just wonder if I can do something with that or not. I probably have to work with play here, like bishop c6 and then bishop takes rook d6. It's not that promising, but I can double, right? Doubling on the d file. That's still a bit of an annoyance, right, for him. Maybe I can take. Well, this is a strong move. Let's do this. And keep everything as is. Now I'm threatening bishop c6. What is he doing against it? Oh, nothing. Wow. But I'm winning everything here, right? This one? It's not necessary. Not really necessary to do anything crazy. I can... Okay, well, he has a check here, so let's go back. I'm a rook up, huh? Still have to watch out a little bit that I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm on that. Yeah, this line with the queen trade is completely fine. It's a little bit better for white. I've got a huge lead already. Yeah, if it works out, then yeah, berserking every game just nets you huge benefits. And there's a strong player here, but he's joined late. Okay, this is a very solid way for white to play. Setting up the Botvinnik pawn center. Okay, I'm happy with the position here because I have 3 pieces that control d4. 1, 2, 3, or indirectly control d4. The knight on e7 not yet, but white has the bishop on f3, which is completely useless in that regard. And this is something that could be enough to give me a small advantage. Try to save, okay. Try to save the move rook b8 here, and it worked. So where do we put the rook then? Maybe all the way back. All right, now how do we play this? He wants to go d4 maybe. Let's simply stop that. Okay. This is a clear target. Now note that those pieces cannot do anything. They're just sitting there and look at controlled squares. Okay. I can do that. Oh, okay. This is very strong. Very strong. Tja, there's really no reason to not take this, huh? Yeah, it's opposite colored bishops that can be helping him in the defense, but it's still very good for me. So let's activate. Let's activate. I can do that. Take, and then he has to play rook f1, which is extremely passive, but it's not. This is a bit easier, huh? So this one. Yeah. Okay. 31. Yeah, I'm also having many more games that way. Yeah, with the berserking, you get more points if you win, and you just make more games possible. And you see that here. I've got 7 games already in the books, and you've got many people with 4. Even though they did berserk, I don't know how that happened, but okay. Can we get a Dirty Harry by transposition? We can get one. That's fun. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay, let's go e5. By the way, this is actually not pure trolling or anything. This is just, it makes sense. What this what this pawn is doing is securing dark squares. So what I ideally want is to put a knight to f4 in the long run. However, this is a good move. Yeah, rook d1 is a good move. Okay, yeah, that was well played. Wow, why can I not take that? Knight d5 is so terrible, or what? Don't believe it. I have this move. Maybe he wanted to play b3 and it's a mouse slip. I don't know. Possible. I just noticed my desk light is not on. I have a desk light now. Is that a difference? Yeah, it's looking better, right? Let's have that on. Okay. It's pretty bright. Feels like one of those interrogation lights that you see in those movies when people are in one of those KGB prisons and they are getting questioned, like with that light staring directly into their faces. Okay, now what's going on here? This one? No, I don't know. Let's play a5. My king position is not exactly very solid, but well, when you play this early h5, that kind of was kind of to be expected. But I have a fairly good pawn shield around it, so there are many things around it. Let's say. What is he going to do here? Ah, this one. Queen a7 or what? I can do that, and I will. I need to use my center here. Yeah, I'm just going to cover it or move it. Bishop g4 maybe, yeah, if I move the bishop. Ah, bishop b5. Oh, I blundered that. That's stupid. Very stupid, actually. Oh, wow. And of course, quite unnecessary, right? Not entirely sure how bad this position is, actually, but it was clearly not at all necessary to allow it. c5. Okay. Good. Oops, queen b1. That is a bit of a strange move, unless he has a clear tactical justification. Other than that, it's very unharmonious. I've got 20 seconds. This is more of a problem, actually. Position is really okay. Ah! Oh, God. That was okay. I'm not sure how bad the position was before, actually. Even after the blunder, I think it was still okay. I mean, it was, of course, totally winning before, but even after I blundered that whole situation, I think it was still fine for black. But I got clearly irritated by the whole proceedings. Again, this one. I had exactly the same thing before against the same player. Yeah, this is just a slight advantage. But it seems that he wants to try again. And it's not going all that well. King c8, knight b6 mate is the most drastic way. So just an exchange up. And now those files are wide open. Just covering A4. And this is coming next. Nope. Oh, this is the advantage of berserking. Even with losing this game, I got a second, or I get a new game quickly, have 3 points in the books, and I'm ready to start the new streak. I think if you are one of the favorites of a tournament, and okay, clearly here I'm outrating everybody quite clearly, then berserking every game is just the best strategy. So this is revenge time. That's the guy who beat me in the Dirty Harry. Yeah, this is a well-known line that is slightly better for white. Okay, interesting. Probably this one. Unsure. This is even interesting. I mean, this is of course a slight advantage, but knight takes also would come into consideration. Taking is not a good idea now for him, but he has to reckon with d5, opening up the position. I spent far too much time here actually. Okay, let's play this end game. Knight to c4. It's a good move. It's not taking? What else do you have? I mean, you can be very happy about that. The knight on d7 was awful, and then this was a good idea. Trading against my best piece. Okay, he just takes everything. Yeah, that's a fine strategy. Ready for b5, or almost ready. I still need a little bit more of preparation, or let's say I want a little bit more preparation. Now it's very, very okay. I have prevented e5, this is covered, and I get this situation now where this is a weak pawn. This and this is the idea. Covering this pawn and at the same time attacking b7. So this here has stopped, but the position is of course very passive. Now let's go to e5. Okay, we'll still happily go into the position. So what now here? If I check, what's going on? I don't have a mate. Okay. The resulting ending is actually interesting. I think I'm fine. What? Why does he have to think here? He has to take on c7. What? Okay. So I got the two passes. E and D pawn. Let's push the pawns. It looks winning, frankly. These two pawns are very, very far behind. And promotion. Cannot even sacrifice the rook, I think. Okay, so that was a bit of a revenge. And I'm leading with 16 points, almost double the points of second place. It's almost a theme tournament. Yeah, d5, e3, probably again. I don't know. d5 is, of course, very popular against knight f3. Not this time. This is not a good move order. It's a bit like a Grunfeld when you, without having the ability to capture, it loses too much time, really. Maybe I should have played h3 here, even preventing the bishop move. Pawn takes was interesting, actually. But with the berserking, quick decisions make sense. g6 is very ambitious, really, here. And I should think about this, actually. If he takes with the e pawn, the move bishop d4 is actually very much... yeah, I should play bishop d4 there. It's much stronger than taking. I don't know about much stronger, because it looks already pretty awful anyway, but bishop d4 could be strong against e takes d5. C takes, e takes. Yeah. He just lost too much time in the opening. That looks like the relatively best option. The problem is also the tempi. If I get to take here, rook d1, it's not even getting to getting castled. I don't see how. Bishop g7, queen c6 castles rook d1, and you lose the knight pretty much. Okay. This one. Maybe knight c5, but what's going on there? Queen a5, yeah. Here I can take d7. Bishop e3, rook c7. So, winning some material for, yeah, not much. Check. How do we do it? Knight d5 is almost possible. Yeah, it's just you have so many good opportunities here. I don't know what to do. Okay, this is maybe not the strongest, but it's very easy to play. I want to cover the entry square. I'm just winning by material, so I don't need to... wait, I should take this one. That can possibly speed up everything very, very conveniently. Yeah, the bishop on e3 is always covering d2, and as long as this is the case, he's never getting any counterplay. That will win stuff. Very, very likely. Bishop f4 already won material. Sometimes you just get to consider it after playing your move, and then you say, and here I get a second chance. National Master Oberschlumpf is coming here or entering here the first page, but it's too late. Oberschlumpf is German for the higher Smurf, so to say, or the chief Smurf. I'm not on pause. Just took a while to get the game going. That's an important move, knight d4. Not sure. d5. Yeah, this is getting a little bit weak. Not so happy with this decision. Nah, not so good. Not so good. Given up a pawn, and sorry, hope to get compensation against his pretty awful structure. I do have some compensation. It's not completely terrible. I cannot take as this is hanging. But take now, as at the end he's got... Okay. I don't have to. I mean, I can just keep the pressure on here, I think. Like bishop d5 next. Okay, this one. It's okay. I mean, he cannot move his knight anyway. Or, I mean, he can, but then he returns the pawn. So he's kind of tied down to that b3 pawn. We both have berserked, so from a time perspective, I'm not in a huge rush. Okay, he turns the pawn. I think this is a bit more interesting. Yeah, I wanted to take with the bishop, but then maybe queen takes d4 is actually possible. Okay, that was not my plan. Not at all my plan. Okay, I can take and play rook e1. Rook e1. It's annoying that it doesn't lead to anything. He didn't probably see the tactic, I don't know, but it's not something that would have helped me at all. So this is looking a bit better for me, but is it winning? It's giving me a pawn. That's nice. Ah, you can go there. That's stupid. I'm far too slow. That was very, very idiotic. I should have just made a draw there. That was an extremely silly loss. Extremely silly. There was just... Nah. I should simply win, of course, with the pawn on c2. Probably. I don't know. And maybe it's a draw, I don't know. But getting into trouble is very unnecessary. Okay, in terms of winning the tournament, that was not really critical. I'm so much ahead, but... there he goes, Oberschlumpf. E6 or c6 is what they normally do. This is nice for white. Just a good Grunfeld type of position. Without the trade on c3, maybe c5. Here? No. e5, I'm going d5. Okay. Maybe he's playing c6, yeah, to prepare e5. Or maybe he just, I don't know, ran off. Getting coffee or something. It feels like an excessive think. e6, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's actually not so easy because you're probably better with quite a good number of continuations, not just one. A number of continuations is probably very weird English, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. e5, maybe e5. e5 still looks okay for him. Yeah, that is netting me a pawn. It's still relatively best here for him. Rook e8, f4, bishop b5. I should have thought about that for a moment. That was so unnecessary to do that so quickly. This isn't even good. This isn't even good. That's very awful. Getting into a worse position after this rubbish opening. Ouch. Very unnecessary. Bah. I'm worse. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Unbelievable. Knight takes e5 was so idiotic. Really awful move. Absolutely awful. Nah, it's not going to make a draw here, right? I mean, black is just winning here. Yeah. This is not so good. This is not so good. Now I'm back. Back in the game, somewhat at least. Still not enthusiastic about my chances, but it's kind of playable at least. Knight d4, f4, the things that you want to see. Probably not happening. Is it going g5? I should have gone. Played that differently. That is a totally embarrassing game. Ugh. Should probably just resign here. Yeah. That was bad. Whoa. You have this completely rotten opening where you should just have a large advantage, and then I managed to totally screw that up. Yeah, opponent doesn't understand the tournament format. You just have to counter Berserk here. Or I mean, okay, maybe he's not playing for the tournament, but rather for his rating or something like that. Yeah, the position here is nothing much happening actually. It's maybe a bit better for white with the IQP, but it's nothing too dramatic. It's of course very unlikely that I ever win the game. You might get this e4 in. Wasn't e4 a possibility there? Thought it was. And it was a pretty stupid opening choice by by me, because I mean impossible to win quickly, and you're rather suffering a little bit in this position. Yeah, this is known to be dead for ages, but it's... I'm going to offer him a draw. I don't know. Yeah, it was a stupid opening choice. And I'm not really happy. The final couple of games were pretty awful. In particular, losing that white game from this basically awful opening. We can have a look at that, and this is just, I just want to see how stupid I played that. The thing is, this is just excellent for white because black doesn't have any reasonable counterplay. Yeah? So you should never be worse. That's just not something that should happen. I'm a bit surprised that the engine is so low, but okay, maybe it needs more time. So this one, okay, bishop e3, e6. It's just excellent for white disposition, and I just totally screwed it up. So h4 is probably not right. It is not bad to play for h4 in general, but maybe the timing is off. The engine suggestion a4 is interesting, trying to trap the knight and provoke the a-pawn. Yeah, I mean, probably this is not the best move. So this one, and I played this, and this is just not good at all. Okay, I mean, with the berserking, you have to be not too harsh on yourself, but still. But the worst thing is that here, this, and here black is fine, yeah, with knight f6, yeah. The combination of h4, bishop h6 is already bad, but here I should definitely not play what I play now. I was just somehow happy that he blundered e5, but it's just not good to take. I mean, if I play something normal, the position is at least equal. And here I'm immediately in huge trouble. Yeah, I mean, I even defended it badly, but it's just an awful position. I know this whole sequence here was awful. So how should I do that? a4, yeah? Yeah, the point of a4 is that, I mean, I'm not sure that it's necessarily the best move. It is just what the comp is recommending. And I do see the point. I mean, I'm threatening this. And if black plays a5, then all the counter plays here are more difficult. c5 would totally weaken the queen side. And here you can probably just, I mean, h4, okay, but let's say I just play a normal move. It's difficult for black now to move any of the pawns. Even this looks very good, because that is just a serious weakening of the position. It makes c6 much more difficult to achieve. This, yeah, it looks very good. This would be much less convincing with the pawns here. Now the knight is unstable and so on. That looks really good for white. So interestingly enough, a4 is better than h4. but also normal development is better. Yeah, here h4 is not so good. It's really not so good. I mean, it doesn't land me in trouble, but this is bad. Yeah, bishop h6 is bad. Yeah, this is looking far more natural also. Yeah, keeping control of the center. Yeah, this is the normal advantage that you should have after black played this opening. Sorry to be insisting on that. It's just not a good opening. Like, this is not what you should play, because you never get to take, and this is not what you want. I'm a little bit surprised that I still had at one. No, I'm actually not surprised. I'm fairly certain that at the very beginning the ending here was maybe okay. Here the comp says I can take on e6, right? That's possible. It's a difficult decision. Yeah, probably I have to do it because the alternative is just so awful. But yeah, when you're in berserk mode, it's difficult. I'm also absolutely not sure that this is a draw as the engine at first evaluates it. It could be right, but it also could be a loss, because here the potential losses are deep. They are not like immediately clear sometimes, and maybe the engine needs a bit of depth to get this figured out. But it's insisting on 0. Maybe it's right. Yeah, king e4, g5, h5, f5, king e4. Yeah, willing to believe it. This is a very difficult decision. At first, it looks really not so clear that it could be a draw, because black has tons of tempi moves. Like, I'm already, yeah. Okay, if it says equal on depth 40, it's a draw. Yeah, I mean, not equal. It says 0. It's a draw. But it's difficult to do. At least for me. I mean, some people are much better than that in evaluating those situations. I'm more annoyed by not keeping an edge in the opening, because here when you're under time pressure it's difficult, but at the beginning I should really use this better, this advantage that I was given. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.